It was just shy of 20 years ago that Louis Vuitton released their first watch, but the strides that the brand has made in that time is impressive. The Geneva seal isn't something that's presented lightly in watchmaking, yet Louis Vuitton has managed to achieve that level for a number of pieces in the current collection. At their core today, however, Louis Vuitton is a name that brings to mind a lifestyle of everyday cool that we find in the new Louis Vuitton Tambour Street Diver collection. It's a dive watch that spans the gulf between the sea and the streets. Before we take the plunge into these new divers, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Time+Tide, and also hit that bell icon so you never miss another video from us. There are 4 new watches in the Louis Vuitton Tambour Street Diver collection, all of which feature stainless steel cases. 3 in a larger 44mm size, with 1 smaller at 39.5mm. The highly polished case features the classic tambour shape, larger at the back of the case and tapering to a smaller diameter at the bezel. The case was inspired by the shape of a drum, hence the name tambour, the French word for drum. On the case side, you'll find 2 crowns, one for the time and the other for the internal rotating dive bezel, that are both a pleasure to interact with. In typical tambour design, the lugs of the new Louis Vuitton Tambour Street Diver references are protruding in a way that maintains the circular impression of the case. While they certainly aren't examples of ultra-thin watchmaking, the thickness of the case doesn't feel top-heavy on the wrist, thanks to the way the case tapers towards the top. The dials are finished with a lightly brushed sunburst pattern that catches the light nicely, with contrasting circular brushing of the bezel around the dial. The hands and hour markers have ample white lume in them, and also feature the same highlighted colours of the rest of the watch, such as the strap and the 15-minute counter on the internal bezel. At 6 o'clock, you'll find the small seconds display that's a nod to some old world charm, in the same way the double crown refers to the super compressor dive watch cases from the middle of last century. Overall, the design is clear, legible, and a nice mix of different design elements. The movements within the 44mm references are mechanical, with an automatic movement that is visible through the exhibition caseback. The caseback features the LV logo and is secured with 8 screws that guarantee it to 100 meters of water resistance, more than enough for a dip in the ocean. The smaller 39.5mm reference is powered by a quartz movement, the tick of which is barely perceptible thanks to the small seconds display not being too large on the dial. As with many references in the Louis Vuitton Tambour collection, the straps are all rubber and extremely easy to change thanks to the quick change mechanism that can be operated with your thumbnail. The all-new Louis Vuitton Tambour Street Diver is a fresh and sporty new expression of a well-grounded Louis Vuitton design. With 100 meters of water resistance, a number of interesting dive watch-related design cues, and fun colours, this is a watch you're more likely to see on the city streets than you are at your local diving spot. Now to pricing and availability. The Louis Vuitton Tambour Street Diver is 10,520 Australian dollars in the 44mm reference and is 7,870 Australian dollars in the 39.5mm references. They are both currently available. As always, thanks for watching.